Happy Sunday. Welcome into another Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 live stream. There's nothing better than to get you all perked up to have some elevator jazzy music for flight Indianapolis to Detroit, Michigan. Crappy weather in both locations. Shall be an interesting time. This is also my second flight with Fsrealistic Plus and Chase Plane. So we're going to see how this all operates. I did tone down Chase Plane quite a bit. Quite a bit. Not Chase Plane, sorry. Fsrealistic. I still... It's only been one flight, but I still haven't made a decision if I feel that it's a purchase I'll actually be making, even for the $7. Jesus, that was a change of music. So let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit here of the beautiful MD-11. So right now, what you're seeing with Fsrealistic is all of its default settings for this aircraft. So here it is here. There's an update available. Can I update it right here? Do I have to restart? I probably have to restart it, huh? Yeah, the restart. All right. We'll do the update later on. Let's see, welcome in Joe and welcome in RJ. Thanks for MD-11 tutorial. Help me learn since there are no FSFO profiles for it. Oh, that's awesome. Glad to hear that. Happy you like it. So, the default profile is very, very motion heavy, very sound heavy as well. So, in theory now, here's all the things. You get afterburners, but obviously it's not for this plane. Anything you see in the dots here would be for this plane. And you can hit the little test button there if you want to have it happen. You can see the movement here with the breathing. It's kind of up and down, up and down. If you turn this all the way down, there's no breathing, right? It's a bit much. Imagine having it up here at 10. Jesus, heavy breather. Right? I find that the movements are very, very aggressive. So what I'm going to see if I can do is I'm going to see if I can copy from a profile from my 777, plop it in here. Now I have all my 777 profiles set up, which should be perfect. Now let me just verify because there was a couple things I did change. One down here. Yep, that all changed to 5, 3. Yep, perfect. Okay, so J. Russ, if you're watching this after the fact or watching it right now, you're asking the question, can you copy it over for another profile? Yes, you can. Click on profile, copy it, and then select the profile you want to. When I was running with Fsrealistic in the past, I was using the same profile for every single aircraft. Every single aircraft. I need to get that MD-11 livery ready. I'm happy with my FedEx one. I'll have to remember there's an update for this aircraft. So there is my Fsrealistic settings I have set up. Let's go ahead and get our good friend Flo flowing here. I really do want to try Sim Update 5, but I really want to try it. But Chase Plane does not currently work with it, and there are some other minor issues with other add-ons, apparently. Very minor ones, but Chase Plane is the biggest one. Flow does work. So, you know, Chase Plane is a deal breaker for me. It's an ultimate deal breaker for me. If I was just resetting my PC and, you know, didn't care about using Chase Plane for a test flight, I'd do it, but I just can't do it. I can't do it. And it looks like there are some good optimization for some people. For some people are seeing some pretty nice optimizations. My sim's working better than ever right now, so I have no need to do it. You know, I was telling, like, J. Russ, I could easily do a stream for Sim Update 5 and try to get in, you know, traffic and, you know, do the content creator style of things, but I'm just not about that. If I'm not going to use it going forward, I don't want to just gimmick, you know, use it. The takeoff roll movements were definitely insane. Oh, yeah, even landing. The landing move was incredible, man. Like, I came and hit the ground and the plane was like bouncing like it had springs in the seats. It's like a pogo stick. It was crazy. It was wild. I was recording that video so I could put it up on the channel eventually, and I couldn't because I had to scrap the video. It was just so bad. It was way out of control. All right, over here to the left-hand side, let's go to dispatch, import our flight plan. And then let's go up here to the top. Let's go ahead and get external power on. Battery switch on. Navs, arm that dude. Let's get the APU firing up because I always forget the APU. And emergency exit lights are on. Perfect. Back over here to the left-hand side, let's go to fuel, set the fuel, perfect. Send to the FMC, fantastic. Down here to the bottom, gonna wait for this pop up. Let's go ahead and get Beyondatc cooking as well. Expecting 5 right for the departure. Indy clearance, hello from FedEx 1711 Heavy. We ready for iFly clearance to Detroit. Let's see, I tried it. If I've reworked my cameras around CP, not having CP is not an option. Yeah, exactly.
FedEx 1711 Heavy.
I think that's the big thing for a lot of people that's tried chase plane. I feel it's just a big deal. But you know, the betas aren't, they're not meant to jump on in and you know, have the perfect experiences. It's about testing. And I don't feel like testing right now.
To Detroit Metro, Wayne County.
I honestly don't feel like testing right now.
Departure, then as filed. Maintain 5,000. Departure frequency 124.95.
Okay, what are we cruising up to?
Squawk
where's my guy?
0601.
Briefing panel.
FedEx 1711 Heavy.
330. And cost index is 128. Okie dokie. And let's go ahead and click these buttons. Good deal. Good deal.
We'll contact ground 121.9.
The MD-11 update should be coming out pretty quick here. I assume next week. I assume next week. Never assume, though, they say. Never assume. You're very welcome. Oh, 5 left. What the hell? I've never departed 5 left before. I could probably request 5 right if I really wanted to. Oh, 5 left, huh? That's crazy. It's on the other side of the airport. Ah, what the hell? We'll do it. Okay, let's go back over here then to the side and go performance and runway 5 left. Perfect. And get the weather, get the takeoff, calculate. Alright, so slope is 477 is what we're going to pop in the box here. 477. So 4, 7, and 7C. Okay. Over here to the left then again, we go flaps 10 and 59 for the flex. So 59 and 10. Click the boxes. Okay. And then we go to Indianapolis. SIDS 5 left for the departure. Via the Mirrors 7 and the Mirrors transition. Yeah, sure it's default. Okay. And then we go down here to Detroit. There's Detroit. Runway 22 right's what our expected arrival runway is. 22 right. Zulu. And a Hannibal 3. And the sway transition. Insert. Alright, that's all set. And I think we're cooking with gas. Alright, back over here to the left-hand side, we'll go to services, disco and disco. Cool. And I think we're ready for pushback and engine start. Indy ground, FedEx 1711 Heavy, ready for pushback and engine start. I have no idea what direction they want us to face because it's runway 5 left.
1711 Heavy, Indy ground, pushback approved. Face northeast.
Northeast.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast. FedEx 1711
Now this pushback
Heavy.
planner is kind of, it will work sometimes just fine with this planes and other time with this plane, and then other times it'll be just a complete disaster. So I'm going to keep it up whenever I push back with this plane. So what the hell? Why did we get 5 left and they got 5 right? That's crap. Alright, so let's go ahead and request the pushback. Hold up to the top. Let's go ahead and get the APU firing up. And let's go and start engine number 3. Yeah, it looks like it's already goofing up. It's because it sways back and forth. That tells me it's going to goof up. Let's hold it. Let's cancel it. Let's bring the speed back. We'll do a manual pushback. Reverse. Alright, it's cooking now. Fuel. Let's go on down below here and bring this to 10. 10's in the box. Okie dokie. That's looking good. RJ, so if you're still here, you recently did a test flight with SI. Are you willing to share your thoughts on the stream? I know a lot of people have asked if I tried it in the past, but it's cool to have other people's opinions on it. Irishman, welcome in. Happy Monday, or sorry, Monday. happy Sunday to you. Happy Monday. Oh boy. All right, that's looking good. And we'll commence our pushback here. Thank you for that. And waiting for rotations for engine number 1. And let's add some fuel. Let's bring those flaps down to 10. Get my Moza cockpit running as well. I like to do it after I do the pushback. Because this plane especially is a little goofy with it. 5.5 on the stab. Oh man, Scream 7 is coming out pretty quick here in like 2 weeks. Super excited. I don't know why. I know I'm gonna get disappointed with the whole thing. But I'm super excited to be disappointed, I guess. Alright, that's all looking good. And then 5 for the runway. Cool. Fuel's next. Munich to Lisbon. Oh, nice. Irishman's been doing, well, a lot of you all have been doing flights in the UK. Lots of UK flying. Well, not UK, but Europe flying, I should say. I need to do it. I just can't get myself to do it. I can't get myself. I don't know why. I don't know why. Indy Ground FedEx 1711 Heavy, ready to go. Or sorry, ready to taxi to the active. All right, heard the click.
FedEx 1711
Up to the top.
Runway 5 left taxi via Delta, November, Hotel, Romeo, Echo, Tango, Bravo, Bravo 12.
Jesus.
Runway
Delta
5 left
November.
taxi via Delta, November, Hotel, Romeo, Echo, Tango, Bravo, Bravo 12, FedEx 1711 Heavy.
Where the hell is November? Delta November Hotel. I see hotel. I'm curious where they want us to go. Alright. Let's bring up the throttle. Let's see. So many short hops there for you. Yeah, I know there are. I still need to do the rest of the leg for the Florida. Was it Florida? I think it was Florida. The Florida ones. I thought about that yesterday. I don't know why. I'm so big on using, like, NewSky is, I guess NewSky is like a career mode, right? It is a career mode. But I don't know, for some reason, for me, it doesn't feel like a career mode. But then what is a career mode? NewSky tracks your flights. It has a logbook. You can see all your flights you've done. There's no level up system. There's no XP build up. So there's that. There's no... there is the money aspect, though. So if you take what APL offers, right? Money and XP. Okay, so you have the money. But iFly doesn't have the XP, but it has the money. You know, I don't know where my mind goes with any of this stuff. I'm not anti-NewSky by any means. I use it often enough. But for some reason, I just cannot get my mind to, like, want to use it as my go-to, like, routes. It's so weird. I don't understand why. Well, they want us to go all the way to November down here? That's weird. That's very strange. Joe says, I did domestic France a round trip recently. Oh, really? Round trip in France? Nice. What plane did you take, Joe? Michael, welcome in. Let's see. Sorry, late, but it seems I don't get email notifications from Discord anymore. Oh, really? That's weird. I try to make sure the notifications in Discord at least... I try to do it at least a half hour before the stream. Sometimes less because of, you know, just the way it goes, but... Irishman says, yeah, you see, you have that. That's why you run APL, and yeah, NewSky together. Yeah. I forgot to do it today. I suppose I still can do it, right? Let me do it real quick. Let me make let me make this turn here. Oh no, I gotta go all the way down to November. Okay, there's an X there. Has X marked a spot? NewSky. Alright, NewSky is booking. Cargo, NewSky. What are we? 1711. KD, I don't know, what are we? Indy. Going to KDTW. And the MD. At least I can make you some sorry, make you some money today, Irishman. Maybe not a lot. Alright, that's booked. I've been spamming scheduled flights. I saw that. Joe's been taking the A320. So, I've been doing some thinking. So, the 737-600 was released this a couple days ago. The 900 was released prior to that, and the 700 will likely be released. If I had to put a day on it, I'd say it's going to be released sometime this week, but a day, probably Thursday or Friday would be my guess. I'm sure they're going to put a, you know, weekend between that. Sting, welcome in. Happy Sunday to you. But the thing is this. I thought about the 600 because I do like my baby bus at 319, right? And I was like, well, it'd be perfect to buy, you know, to do like the baby bus in a Boeing. But I'm like, I'm not going to fly it a lot, right? So I decided I'm just going to wait for the 700 to come out because it's up between the 700 and 800. Those are two planes I'd fly. But it's going to come out of this. Which one's going to be cheaper? If the 600's cheaper with its upgrade, then I'll go with the... Or sorry, if the 700's cheaper with its upgrade, then I'll go with the 700. However, if the 600's cheaper flat out, that's like 35 bucks. If that's cheaper than the 700 upgrade, then I'm going to go with the 600. That's kind of how I'm going to go with my decision. Because it's going to be a plane that... you know, 600 is a plane I'm not going to fly that often. Between the 800 and 600, it's going to probably be the 800. And there's a high probability if I get the 700 only, or if I only got the 700, that I wouldn't even look at any other plane. Like I did with 2020, I was very, very happy with the 700. Boy, we're just like going around today. Very welcome in. Happy Sunday to you. RJ went with the 600, 800, and 900. Are you going to get this 700, RJ? And then here's the other thing. So I've done a couple videos now, 2 videos and a couple streams of iFly schedules. And I exclusively used it for a week. Exclusively. I didn't touch APL other than log in there and change my what's it called? Contract. You know, so I didn't lose XP and money, whatever it be. Money, I guess it is, right? So I went ahead and that's the only thing I did on Monday. I went in there and I changed it to no worries and good to go. Okay, and all I used this past week, with the exception of yesterday afternoon, was iFly schedules. And here's what I'm going to say. I love the direction it's going. I love that the developer continues adding things. I love that he continues to listen to the community. The pricing is affordable and, you know, for me at least, is reasonable. The price is going up next month by $1, which isn't the end of the world, but it is $1. So it's going to be $5 a month or $50 for a year. If you get the year now for $40, you get it for the rest of the year for $40. But then, you know, obviously there'll be who knows if there'll be a price increase in a year from now, you know, or it might be the $50. Who knows? But as I sat there and continued doing my flights with it, my thing is right now is the following. I love everything about it, but it's such a moving piece right now when it comes to development that I personally, after my membership's up here, after the month, I'm not going to renew. And it's not because I don't like the product. I love the product. I think it's a great product. Clearly, I've used it a lot to say I like it. My thing is the following: it's there's so many moving parts for career mode that you're putting in the time and the effort. I shouldn't say effort. You're putting in the time to build up your career, but there's a chance that it could be, you know, reset, or there's a chance you may reset it because of, you know, the changes that are going on behind the scenes that he's doing and making for us as a community. It's not because he's making them because he wants to make you reset your career or something like that. No. And there's this big banner up there that says your career can be, reset at any time. So again, he's being very transparent with it. I'm not saying anything is wrong with the developer himself. It's great that he's listening to us. It's just for someone like me who wants to just get in and do a career and keep building towards it. Like, I already lost the one career with Sun Country, all that money, because I reset my career. And that's my decision. I made that decision to reset the career, not the developer, right? I made that decision. This big old MD-11 sometimes is tough to turn. Gotta focus hard on it, folks. Focus hard. So I'm going to not renew my subscription when it comes up at the end of the month here. And I'm going to just continue using what I have available to me. Boy, this plane did not want to turn left. Jesus. I'm going to use APL. I might dabble back into Fly the Line. Kind of check that out again. And of course use NewSky. That's kind of the direction I'm going to go with. I think it's a great mode to have for, especially for console users, because all you have for console users is the default sim career mode, and we know how that is. I think this is a great thing for console users. You know, you're only as good as you're only as honest as you want to be with that. He's added in some fail safes, but let's see. My favorite's a 900. RJ says I don't fly the 600 much, but I do like it a lot. Pocket rocket. That's what she said. Pocket rocket. Get it? That's terrible. RJ said I don't know, cause the 700 would be $75 because I never owned it. It's a lot of money. Joe says I had a 700 only for a long time in 2020, but I got the 800, 900, and then later the 600. Ooh, you got all of them, Joe. Really? Colin says this 600 for 2024 is $34.99. The 900 is $50. The 800 is $74. Don't see a 700 version. Yeah, the 700 will likely be coming out sometime this coming week. I'm guessing either Thursday or Friday, based on their timeline. Because their announcement they made was that the 600 will be available for Valentine's Day. The 900 was going to be just before that, and then they said the 700 by the end of the month. So I'd assume it's going to come out next week. Now, there is still 2 weeks left in the month, so it could be another week delay. Maybe they're trying to rack up those sales still on the other versions. Or they're still patching in some things, to add in. Because when they release a new plane, they do have an update come out for the other planes. So they do squash a couple bugs. I like that they're doing that versus just releasing the plane. They're also releasing the updates for the other aircrafts as well, which is really, really cool. Had a hard time turning the MD-11 last night. Yeah, the wind is a big factor with it for sure, but also the MD-11 it's just a big old bird to turn. I do wonder who's going to buy the UPS MD-11s. I do wonder that. Is FedEx going to buy them? I'm surprised FedEx is going to keep them. These planes cost a lot of money, but they are iconic planes. If it was a Fred Smith decision, I can understand that, because this is one of those planes that Fred Smith had for a very long time. But Fred Smith's no longer with the company. He passed away. So this is a decision that came up from the top of the chain, which is very interesting. I don't think it came from Raj, who's the CEO. I think it came from, one of the other Smiths who's in charge of the aviation side of things. But we'll see. Pichu, welcome in. Happy Sunday to you. I see a new mod among us. Yeah, I finally added RJ's mod. I did it with Discord, but I forgot to do it with YouTube.
FedEx 1711 Heavy,
completely forgot to do it for YouTube.
120.9er.
All right, over to tower.
Contact Tower 120.9er. FedEx 1711 Heavy.
Indy Tower, FedEx 1711 Heavy, ready to go. Runway 5 left. Big turn. So just slow it down, slow it down.
Indy Tower, wind 050 at 7. Fly heading 010. Runway 5 left.
Now,
Cleared for
J.
takeoff.
Russ was saying that there are like cabin sounds, cabin announcements with Fsrealistic. I guess I've only done 2 cargo flights with it, so I haven't heard them, but I haven't also paid attention enough to it. Heading 010, roger that. And yes, I am using auto FPS. Can't leave without it. I love my auto FPS. Apparently SimBrief 5, the dynamic LOD, is supposed to be better now. So we'll see if that is the case whenever Chase Plane works with it. Alright, throttles. Toga. So there's that movement in the cockpit. I think it's still a little too much. I think I'm going to dial that back. Yeah, that's way too much. That's on 5, folks. Jesus. B1 and rotate. How's the rate gear? It's just too aggressive. Even on 5, it's just so aggressive, wobbling like a bouncy ball. It's crazy. All right, let's go to heading mode. Vertical speed and profile over to the left-hand side. Let's go on down here, turn off that guy.
1711 Heavy. Contact Indianapolis departure.
Contact Indianapolis departure. FedEx 1711 Heavy.
Does anyone notice that the 737 is very big on icing? Even with de-icing on, or anti-ice on?
1711 Heavy. Indianapolis departure. Radar contact. Cleared direct to MERS. Resub the MERS.
Alright, direct to MERS.
Climb maintain 16.
Clear that out. Direct to MERS.
Clear
Direct.
Resume the Mir 7.
Nav.
Climb maintain 16,000. FedEx 1711 Heavy.
Let's bring that nose down gently. Gently. Breaking out of the clouds. Fantastic. Very good. Settle down, settle down, settle down. Alright, let's bring up that nose a little bit more. Alright, good. AP's on. Right? Right. Okay. Let's see, what am I looking here now? Note that, hold on. Are you using auto FPS? Yep, okay. Note that Trolls RJ is the bad cop. He thought me and Irish were strict. Wait until RJ hits the hammer. Oh, Jesus. Irishman says, MD-11 gonna be phased out this year from what I'm hearing. Too many cheaper and how do you say the word? Economical? I can't say that word, sorry. Yeah, plenty of options. So, yeah, well, FedEx, no. Well, so we looked it up on one of the last streams, and the thing is, I haven't seen anything directly from FedEx. It's always been he said, she said kind of thing, news articles. But I work for FedEx, but I haven't heard anything from FedEx saying that they're going to keep or get rid of the MD-11. And now I don't work on the aviation side of FedEx, so there's that. But I'd be curious. No. Last I heard, they say they want it back in the air by May, but I haven't seen an article directly from FedEx that says that. You know what I mean? Let's see. RJ says, I'm the top earner in NewSky. I got certain benefits. Michael says, I got the MD-11, or sorry, MD-11. I got the PMDG 73800. Not sure not sure looking at the 777, but don't know which version to go with. Thinking the ER into the 5+ hours. So with the 777, I love the freighter version. That's the version I fly the most. I have the freighter version. I have the 200. And if I had to look at like a logbook, oh crap, forgot to get flaps up. If I had to look at my logbook, definitely the hours are in the freighter version. 1 billion times more hours, you know, in the freighter version. Did I turn my lights? Yeah. Jesus. Okay. Do you use dynamic settings turned on? Ricky, no. I don't use dynamic settings turned on. So auto FPS is auto target the FPS and then have frame gen on. That is it. I let auto FPS do its thing, and it does a phenomenal job at managing all that stuff on my system. I did that video here, was it a week or 2 ago? I can't remember. And it, you know, it's inspired a lot from J. Russ and Irishman, who consistently tell me and the rest of the community that less is more. Less is more. And you know, when it comes to graphic stuff, I feel that's a huge thing, because it is less is more. If you go in there and start tweaking every single little setting, you're not going to gain too much from it. You know, you're not going to gain that much of a difference. Find out what the big hitters are and make those adjustments. A lot of times it's just one minor thing. Turning on or off rebar, right? Turning on or off G-Sync, turning on or off V-Sync, right? These minor things. But there, you know, there's so many different videos out there about going through 1,000 different options, and I was part of the problem too. I made my videos about, you know, one trick that does everything. So far, there's only been one trick that's ever done anything, and that was when the pre-cache thing option was broken. I think that's fixed. Although I'm reading that it's broken in Sim Update 5 now. I'm reading that it's broken in Sim Update 5. If you don't plan on doing long hauls, I get the if you don't plan on doing long hauls, get the 777. Yeah, the freighter version. Otherwise, the 200 ER. Barry says same intentions has AI co-pilots which can operate any plane, as I know. Barry, I understand the SI co-pilot will handle communications and checklists, but won't actually fly the plane. Yeah, I don't think it flies the plane. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't fly the plane at all. Too expensive, come the MD-11, not worth it to companies anymore. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I do think you're right on that. The MD-11 is very expensive. The parts, they have to make now the parts, right? Because McDonnell Douglas isn't available anymore. They're gone, right? It's now just Boeing. And Boeing isn't making the parts, from my understanding. So they have to have like another company make any parts that are broken. Now they're aftermarket parts, not official, you know, McDonnell Douglas parts anymore, or Boeing parts, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Like, it is. We gotta look at this. MD. I'll bring it up here on the stream. Let me get up to 18,000 feet. I see. I read UPS is getting like 18 767 freighters to replace the MD-11. Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, this is flights in 2024. I use G-Sync. Yeah. All right, there's 18,000. Let's go to standard pressure. All right. And MD-11 FedEx. Forgot to turn that off. Okay, so here is what is that? Oh, I know what that is. Okay, so this is from Reddit, and let's look on their website here, see if there's anything on Wiki. 1986, 92, production and issues. No, this is not going to be FedEx. It's just going to be the MD-11. As of January 30th, the fleet remained at ground. See, all these articles says FedEx plans to return it by May 31st. But these are all from January. I've yet to see anything directly from FedEx by end of May. 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's all 2 weeks ago. Okay, so according to these people, we continue to work with Boeing and the FAA to address any issues and inspections that maintenance that may need to be returned to the MD-11, return the MD-11 to service. Jesus. UPS said they're going to retire it, but no, where does the May thing come up? I don't see any quote. I see this quote, but I don't see anything like an actual quote from FedEx themselves. That's what I don't understand. Now, Simpliflying, I trust them a lot. Targeting full fleet. Okay, so this is... It's just all continue. We continue working. It's the same article. Yeah, I can't find an actual quote from FedEx saying that they are going to return it back into service by the end of May. Like, there's not a single quote from them that says that they're returning it back to service. That's why I don't understand. Where are people getting this? Where did the revenues get this from?
FedEx 1711 Heavy, Chicago Center.
GTA 6? What's that? What is What are you talking about, P2? Where's GTA 6 coming to that? That's just the subliminal messaging.
Expect Hannibal Tree, runway 22 right.
We'll expect Hannibal 3, runway 22 right. FedEx 1711 Heavy. Alright, top of climb is going to be right there. Top of descent will be... Oh my gosh. Why doesn't it... Sometimes it just doesn't understand. We will expect Hannibal 3, runway 22 right, FedEx 1711 Heavy. Alright, we're going to look at this here Fsrealistic again, because I don't... That was just... It's just too much. It's too much movement. Touchdown, touchdown. Light bumps. Simulated bumps. I'm going to lower this down too. Actually, I can keep that where it is and then just lower this all the way down. Let's lower that down to 5. Round roll, smoothness, intensity. Let's lower that down too. Let's go to 5. It's just too much, folks. Too much. Alright, see if that helps. Control lean. Tilts the camera based on the control's input, making the pilot's natural body movement. I don't want the rudder pedal ones at all. We'll get rid of that. Breathing's 5. Alright, let's see if that helps. That was just... It was crazy. That was just crazy, crazy. GTA Bad Bunny Edition. Boy, did I talk about that? I don't remember. I think I did. Like, that Bad Bunny cinematography was just incredible. It was very nice looking. Beautiful. I don't know how they did it. It would, like, the camera movements, the motion. It definitely was on a gyroscope or something. It was impressive. It was impressive. Joe says, I saw a video about the 757 available for GTA 5. GTA 5 has got a 757 before Msfs. That's terrible. That's so sad. Do all the add-on apps affect your main thread and lower your FPS? They can. They can. Yep. I can't stop watching that halftime show. It was pretty impressive, P2. Master Copy, happy Sunday to you. Welcome on in. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I don't know. I know like 8 words from Spanish. So I don't know. I have no idea what the hell they were talking about, or what he was singing. But it was really cool. It's just the whole like camera movements and The stage setup, it was pretty impressive. It was very impressive. Very impressive. P2 says, by the way, did anyone see the controversial... oh, yeah, about curling. Apparently, Canada got accused of cheating, and F-bombs got dropped. Yeah, I heard about it. I read an article about it. Oh, my God. It's a world we live in today where curling's in the news. It's a crazy world. Curling's in the news now. Curlers are swearing.
Descend via
Oh,
Hannibal
my
Tree
gosh.
arrival. Detroit Metro, Wayne County Airport, landing runway 22 right. Altitude
All right, we gotta start preparing for our
295,
descent here in just a few
FedEx
moments.
1711 heavy.
Way, and then Hannibal 3. So top of descent's there. Or sorry, top of climb's there. Top of descent will be coming up next.
Contact Chicago, Center 135.9er, FedEx 1711 heavy.
All right, just trying to make sure we're at 330.
Chicago Center, FedEx 1711 heavy, descending via Hannibal Tree, flight level 330.
All right. And I'll go ahead and put in our descent. Go down to 8,000. Okie dokie. And we're descending. Radio 1195.
Contact Chicago Center 133.9er, FedEx 1711 heavy, take care. Chicago
Alright.
Center, FedEx
And then
1711
minimums
heavy,
are
descending
840.
via Hannibal Tree, flight level
842.
326.
At 840 in the box.
FedEx 1711 Heavy, Chicago Center.
All right, we're ready. Are we?
FedEx 1711 Heavy, contact Chicago Center 127.
We're ready. Okay, cool.
Contact Chicago Center 127.5.
I have high hopes for the 757, like Skyhope high hopes. Yeah.
Chicago
Um,
Center, FedEx 1711 heavy.
Oh, I love the
descending
geography
via
lesson at the
Hannibal
yeah, that was really cool.
Tree, flight level
That reminded
311.
me of what was that called? Animaniacs. Remember that? It's great. Yeah, I hope the 757 is going to be a good plane. I really, really do. There's been a lot of conversation about Bluebird and whatever at what was it, last year's expo, or the year before that, I can't remember. But I do hope it's going to be a good plane, just for the sake of us Boeing people. We love our Boeings. We'll see whenever FENIX releases the Neos. I love FENIX's just quiet approach. You'll get it when it's ready. I like that. Same with iFly. You'll get it when it's ready. A little teaser every once in a while, but you get it when it's ready. I love that approach. I really, really do. No teases, no weekly or monthly update, nothing like that. Now, what I like about them also is that when they, I don't know if they give streamers early access to their stuff. I don't remember, but if they do, I bet you it's coming out like the same day or the next day. I bet you there's not too much of a time period in that span as well. No, I haven't flown the EJET for a little bit. There's something about that. It's probably been a week since I've flown the EJET. I've been just having a good amount of time flying the 738. Kind of mixing up between the MD-11 and 777 recently as well. Will we get the H-Jet stream? I don't own the H-Jet. Never flown it. I'm not really into the business jet stuff. It's a good plane. I know it's a good plane. The developer is very, very good. And it's a free upgrade for those who own it in 2020, which is fantastic. That's what you want to see. But I don't think I'm going to get it. I just don't think I'm going to. In positive news, I don't know if it's positive. But, okay, so I talked about how I sold my Alpha, which is very, very sad. Sad days indeed. I love my Alpha. But in order to buy these WinWing pedals, I had to sell stuff. So I sold the Alpha, and I also finally made the sale on the the Turtlebeach pedals on Friday. Those officially got sold on Friday. So,
Center on 120.1.
these rudder pedals, now that that's all said and done, these rudder pedals probably costed around 50 to 60 bucks, somewhere within that frame, which is pretty good. Which is the winner in my book. And I'm very happy with them. Actually, I made the adjustment yesterday. I made them lower. I made the adjustment so the pedals are lower yesterday. Just because it works better for my setup currently. When will the next stream sail? I don't know when the next stream is going to be. Have no idea. It's not going to be tomorrow. It might be, I don't know, Friday. Friday afternoon or Saturday. I have a long weekend coming up, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Where are we at? Flight level 230. Looking good. So I did, what did I do yesterday? I did I think I did 5 flights yesterday. Five flights yesterday. And 3 with iFly, 2 with APL. Yeah. I think 3 of them were in the 7.3. I think. Yeah. Also, I don't know why, but the CRJ, that CRJ thing I was posting in Discord is so weird. It's so weird because, like, the one I bought from Aerosoft, like the Aerosoft store one, doesn't want to work properly, but the one in the marketplace does. What the hell, you know? I'm not happy I'm at work right now. Oh no, RJ's at work? Thankfully, I don't have to work Sundays. Like, we don't operate on Sundays. My part of FedEx. So, yippee. Yippee for me. So I always have Sundays off. My day off, my other day off kind of bounces if I work Saturdays. Then I'll have a weekday off. But if I don't work Saturday, then of course I'll have Saturday off. So this weekend I have the Saturday, Sunday off. Next weekend's a long weekend because I was going to go visit my mother, but decided to change that plan up, so I'll visit her some other time. So I have a 4-day weekend coming up. And then I think I'm working for a couple Saturdays coming up after that. What is the add-on list as? What is the add-on listed as FSFO? That's Flight Sim First Officer. Flight Sim First Officer. And okay, so here's the thing. I put this in Discord yesterday, but I think Flight Sim First Officer is an amazing add-on. I've raved about it from very beginning that I saw it, that Will was telling me to get it, and I finally caved, and holy crap, the first flight I was like, geez, this is the greatest thing ever, right? Essentially, it's a co-pilot, and they go and flip all the switches for you, and you know, you can set up a couple things, but primarily it's meant to assist you with starting up the plane. It's cool because it's super customizable to where if you don't want to do a lot of the things, you don't have to have it do that. You can have it kind of be more of like a checklist. But as I've now used it for a couple weeks, and I was like initially in that like, wow, it was really sad not to have it, not to be using it. I was saying that I won't use it until I wasn't gonna reinstall it until the MD11 version came out. All right, calm down here with the bank. All right, but I reinstalled it the other day, and here, okay, so I got two follow-ups with this. I reinstalled it the other day. For some reason, my 777 license was already activated 5 times. And I'm like, okay, why? I know the initial time, and I know I did a system reset, and so I should have activated it twice or 3 times, but for some reason the system detected it was 5 times. So I sent them an email saying, hey, can you reset it? Never got an email back. Whatever. I don't care. So, but anyways, I did 2 flights with it yesterday, And after doing the 2 flights, I was like, honestly, I don't need it. I don't use it. It's just another add-on that's going to be sitting there that's not worth going through the effort setting up every plane.
Contact Cleveland Center 128.6.
And just another Sim Connect thing, you know, going through FSU IPC. It's just another thing that I don't use enough.
Cleveland Center.
So after thinking about it for a little bit, I was like, I'm just going to uninstall it. I uninstalled it. I just don't use it. I think it's a great add-on for those who want to have a co-pilot do a lot of the switches for you, who want that realistic aspect of it. I think it's a great add-on for that. But I just don't use it the way it's really marketed to be used. Therefore, I uninstalled it because it's something I'm just not going to use enough, right? And it's just a personal thing. The same with Cabby. I think Cabby is a great product. I think it's a great aspect. It adds a lot of things, you know, for the atmosphere when it comes to cabin crew, for those who want that feature. I think it's fantastic. It's a great add-on to have, a one-time purchase for it. You also have the option for the premium, you know, for the subscription-based stuff. Again, a great thing to have, but for someone like me, I don't use it enough. I just don't use the cabin stuff enough to, you know, to justify being installed, so I uninstall that as well. I'm really going into that less is more. I'm really diving into that less is more thing. Again, I think they're both incredible add-ons, and you can't go wrong having them if those are the things you want. You cannot go wrong having them. But I just don't use it enough, either one of them, to justify keeping them installed. Again, all personal. All personal. That's the cool thing about a flight sim, though, is you can customize your flight sim experience to however you want to. That's fantastic to have. So many options. I feel the flares in the 737 are better than the 320. Oh yeah, for sure. The 320 is hard. The 320 is very interesting with this flare. It took me a while to get used to that. FSFO is a co-pilot where the co-pilot actually manages most of the plane systems. Yep. RJ says it can set up for a plane from cold and dark to be ready for takeoff on the flows. MD-11 stream when? Yeah, I don't know when. I have no idea when. Probably not for a while. A long while. I own the 2020 version, but I jumped into it to kind of teach myself again how to start up and all that. And after like a couple minutes of getting in the air and all that jazz, I was like, yeah, I'm not interested anymore. What add-on are we talking about? We were talking about FSFO, Flight Sim First Officer, and Cabby. We're talking about those two. Thanks, not for me. I'd rather do it myself. Yeah, that's the thing. Again, I like to do all of it myself, but I also don't. I don't go through the fire checklist and all that stuff. I don't care. It's a sim. I don't have failures turned on, so you know, for me, it's not really all that necessary. Tombstone, welcome in. Happy Sunday to you. Irishman, I've kind of dropped out of Cabby as late. The Phoenix announcement packages that people have created are really good. Yeah, they are really good. The Phoenix ones are incredible. There's also that freeware on flights in that TO that can have it work with pretty much any plane. I was having issues with it, but there's that option as well. But yeah, the Phoenix one's built into it. Every plane should have that. The iFly is supposed to have that as well when it comes out with the new update, the Service Pack 1. So that's going to be a big one for me as well. I feel it's more realistic. Yeah, I think the Phoenix ones are really good because you can customize them to your airline, and it's, you know, it's the same repeated message over and over again, but it's real, you know, it's real ones. You know what I mean? It's real ones. I've just gotten to iFly schedules and Beyondatc because of your recommendations since I completed the original career mode. Yeah, so I was talking about iFly, or yeah, I was talking about iFly schedules earlier. I think I love the direction it's taking. But here's my thing. I'm not going to resubscribe to it after my month's over with. And it's not because I don't think it's a good product. I think it's a great product. But my thing is that it's continuously evolving. And I'm going to wait until it's in a better situation where the the tweaks that he's doing behind the scenes are more stable. And then I'm going to revisit it again. That's kind of how I'm going to look into it. Again, I think it's a great product. It's worth the $4. Going to be $5 a month soon. I think it's well worth it. With all the features it offers. But I'm going to wait until it's more solidified. Where all the moving parts aren't still moving. You know what I mean? Let's see. What tombstones say? You got your messages. Let's see. Without pay. Oh, government shut. Oh, you work for the government? I didn't know that. Yeah, they're get another government shutdown likely happening soon. All right, let's get the lights on here in the U.S. Hope it doesn't last 40. Yeah. 55 days before you saw a check. Oh, jeez. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't go that way. Oh, you're the TSA? I didn't know you were at the TSA, Tombstone. Oh, interesting. If you're willing to share, which airport are you based out of? I did not know you were at the TSA. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't. That's crazy. That's yeah. It's I don't know. There's just a lot going on. Singh says, I hope you make some money on NewSky. The APL event didn't pay much. Oh, really? The APL event did minus 6K? Oh, geez. Sean, welcome in. Oh, FENIX. Oh, yeah. I think you said that. I forgot about it. Yeah, thanks for sharing again. Alright, we're clear for the R. Okay, so we're clear for the R now.
Cleared direct DZMND. Cross
So I'm just
DZMND.
going to...
Or above 8,000. Cleared RNAV Whiskey runway 22 right. FedEx 1711 heavy.
The Whiskey R now. Whiskey. Alright, we're going to put in 3,000 feet. And then we're just going to continue going straight here until we get to this point here. And then make our turn in, which is 3,000 feet. We'll go into vertical speed descent. Okay, that's all looking good. Let's go on 1,500 actually. That should be good. Okay. Home state, baby. I do want to visit FENIX at some point. It's going to rain today. Great bonus last time though. Oh, for the last APL event. That's because you got passengers and cargo numbers were in the red and yellow. As a Canadian and a former Indian, what was it? India. I can understand the concept of government just shutting down multiple times a year, but yeah, it sucks a lot from it. Yeah. I put an announcement in NewSky chat on Discord. The wife and I would love to move to Canada. Okay, and then we got NewSky announcement from Irishman. All right, here's what Irishman says, folks. Alert. The NewSky chief officer has reported, everyone, please make sure your passenger or cargo numbers are green, blue, or both before booking your flight. Yellow or red passenger cargoes are causing non-profit. All right, so make sure they're in the green or blue. Hey, what does blue mean again, Irishman? Green or blue? Mine is blue for this flight. I know red and yellow are bad, so I don't book those ones. But what does blue mean again? What does blue mean again? All right, we're gonna make our turn over here to the right in just a second. Canada's cold. Most people don't realize that. We are cold 8 months of the year. Yeah, no thank you. But okay, what is considered cold to you though? All right, let's go direct now. Let's go direct. So let's go here. I keep forgetting that we're in the MD-11. Direct. Direct. All right, and then we'll go profile. Okay, let's go and bring out the speed brakes. And then we're going to go ahead and arm the approach. You see the new Honda Jet is coming? Yeah, the Honda Jet's coming out pretty quick, Tombstone. We were talking about that earlier. If you can handle cold and snow, come on over if you're looking for people. Or we are looking for people. Below 20C is cold. What's that in Fahrenheit? Like 50? 50 is not cold for me. Like today is going to be, like right now it's going to be 56 today, it's 32. This is Fahrenheit I'm talking about. And yeah, I had the windows open yesterday. It was 56 degrees. I had the windows open here. Fahrenheit again, Fahrenheit. That was beautiful out. Gorgeous outside. You know, light. You get a nice light jacket. It's gorgeous. Irishman's probably like, oh, it's freaking cold, man. being a Florida guy. I like give me like the 60s, 60s to 70s is would be the perfect little temperature for me. Nice little jacket. All right, why are we not turning? Let's make the turn, folks. Make the turn. Make the turn, plane.
FedEx 1711 Heavy. Contact Metro Tower 135.0.
All right, I don't think it's making the turn.
Over to Tower 135.0. FedEx 1711 Heavy.
Localizer captured. All right, there we go. Jesus. Take a
Metro
sweet
Tower,
time.
FedEx
All right, speed
1711
brakes
Heavy.
are
Whiskey runway
armed.
22 right.
FedEx 1711 Heavy.
Localizer's good. Altitude.
Runway 22 right, clear to land.
Runway 22 right, clear.
Get her,
to
we want to be at
land.
2,000.
FedEx 1711 Heavy.
Let's go vertical speed. Although we should be all right. Glide slope's right there. I just don't trust it. All right, localizer, that's all good. Stabilizer motion. Landing lights are already on, right? Yeah, okay. And where we at? Flaps. Let's go down here. I'm falling behind.
SkyWest 3811. Contact Detroit departure.
15 on that. Good. Grand. We're 7 nautical miles, or 6 nautical miles. Let's get the gear down. I'll check out chat here in just a second. Sorry, but way behind on this arrival. Way behind.
Stabilizer motion.
Stabilizer motion.
Vertical speed. Adjust.
All right, flaps. Where we at? 28. Flaps 35. Phew. Okay. Can't see anything. It's so bright.
Stabilizer motion.
4 nautical miles out. All right. Where the hell's the runway at? We're gonna exit to the left either way.
1,000.
1,000 call checked.
1,000. Approaching minimum.
Minimums.
Minimum.
No airport.
Minimum.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Stabilizer motion.
Stabilizer motion. Runways in sight. Runways in sight. Kind of barely. Barely. Alright, approach mode. We're supposed to be on the glide slope here. Alright, there we go. Good. Grand. Looking good. Yep, there's the runway. Alright. We're alright. We're alright. We're fine.
500.
500 calls. Autopilot's off my aircraft. Jesus, folks. This went to hell really fast.
400.
Alright, bring up that nose. Just gently bring it in.
300.
This ILS always brings you at an angle. It's weird.
200. 100.
Glide
50.
slow.
40.
Glide slow.
30. 20.
Glide slow.
10.
Settle down, gently. Touch down. Let's get that center line. 337, a little heavy. A little heavy. Oh, we're swaying everywhere. Everywhere. Alright, reversers, reversers. Didn't want to engage properly. Whew. That was chaotic. Alright, we'll take the next exit. I'm not going to take this one. Jesus, folks, that went to hell. Alright, flaps going up. Speed brakes disarmed. Slow down, slow down.
FedEx 1711 Heavy. Exit next available taxiway.
Alright, we made it.
Exit next
Jesus.
available taxiway. FedEx 1711 Heavy.
Alright. And let's get the landing lights turned off.
FedEx 1711 Heavy. Contact ground 121.8. Have a good day.
Making the turn.
Ground
Whew.
121.8.
Just a lot going on there. That last like 10 minutes. Mass chaos. Phew. Need a drink after that. And I don't drink. I need a drink and I don't drink. Alright, we'll take this all the way down to Victor. I wonder where Beyondatc is gonna send us. I'll check it out. Metro Ground, FedEx 1711 Heavy. We're on taxiway Alpha, looking at taxi to Cargo Dock 1 Uniform.
FedEx 1711 Heavy. Welcome to Detroit Metro Wayne County. Safe parking or advised if need assignment.
I did, but you don't understand what I said, I guess. Alright.
Request cargo Dock 1 Uniform. FedEx 1711 Heavy.
Pretty sure that's what I said, right? Dock 1 Uniform?
FedEx 1711 Heavy. Say again, cargo ramp number.
Alright, I did. I used you.
We'll take any cargo ramp, please.
Alright, whatever.
FedEx 1711
It's pulling it from
Heavy.
the freeware, so it probably,
FedEx
it's all goofed up.
1711 Heavy. Say again, cargo ramp number.
Alright, well, it doesn't have anything. Whatever. Whatever. We'll just ignore it. We're going to take this down to Victor. And then Victor, we're going to take a left. Left at Zulu. Alright, what do we got going on in chat? Sorry. That all went to hell really fast.
FedEx 1711 Heavy. Say again, cargo ramp number.
Alright, leave me alone. Ground. Alright. Let's see. Cold. Yeah, we talked about the cold stuff. 19, I think, or 19 is when it comes out. 68 degrees, Colin says. I want to fly a different jet other than the Vision jet. Yep. I can handle temperatures 10 until 25 C. Then it's too hot. For me, cold is below 60 Fahrenheit. Yeah, I can. Yeah. RJ, I think you and I are both. Well, I don't know. 50 would be cold for me. Below 50 is cold. Colder. No, I'd say below 40 is cold for me. 75 here today, Tombstone says in Phoenix. HondaJet is coming the 19th. Would you recommend the MD-11 via the third-party installer, or would you recommend people wait for the update when it's submitted to the I would say I would go through the third party. Personally, I'd go directly through the manufacturer in this case, because then you get the latest updates right away. Discord link is expired, or is it? If one of the mods can get a new Discord link, please. If you already have. Thank you. Let's see. Depends on if you want the plane to work in career mode. The MD-11 from the marketplace. Oh yeah, there's that. I didn't think about that. It doesn't currently work in the career mode, right? We are currently freezing today for the first time in 50 days. Or above freezing. For the first time? Jesus. The HondaJet is bigger than the Vision jet, usually the same avionics of the Garmin. And yeah, 25 Celsius and higher is too much to handle, even though I live in Ontario. P2 butter. Did you narrow those pedals in? Yeah, I did. I did narrow those pedals. Oh, I didn't narrow them in. I didn't bring them in. No, I lowered them down. But yeah, Tombstone sent me a message to remind her that I can do that. Thank you for that, Tombstone. And P2 can no longer visit... Oh, I gotta make a turn here. Gotta make a turn. This is Zulu. He would melt. I remember back in the WoW days, one raid member, their Spirit, one raid member lived in India, and he said it's too cold today. We were at 103. No way. P2 can no longer visit India. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, I struggle when I visit India. In the winter temperatures, it was 30 Celsius. Hard no. Let's see, RJ, 103 during the summer months is too cool. Oh, too cool. Let's see, 60 Fahrenheit in spring here. 60 Fahrenheit here in the winter. Is what Colin says. Shises, folks. All right, cut up in chat. Sorry. If someone can get a Discord link in there, please. For I can't remember who asked for it, but just so we have an updated one for those who want to join our Discord. All right, exit to the left here. Taxi lights are coming off. Ooh, and I already brought up the speed brakes. Yes. Let's go check out our awful score. I'm sure it was not grand. I'm sure it was not grand. I think this is where I parked last time with FedEx. This plane is just a punk to stop. Alright, over here to the left-hand side, GPU wheel chocks are set. To the top we go. External power is on, then down below, and cut off. Oh, not those guys, wrong ones. Fuel switch is here. Phew. That was a lot. Now I'm tired. Alright, we'll check our score with APL first. Bring that up on the screen. I'm guessing 98. No way, 100? Ha! Alright, I'll take it. 287 landing, I'll take it. Not bad. I thought that was going to be a 98. I thought we were going to get screwed on that one for sure. Not bad. So you can see I took a break from the 8th to the 14th, so 6 days technically, but it was 7 days because the way that the time works with APL. I'm not using APL. My last flight was in the MD-11, and then I jumped into... Or sorry, last flight was in the EJET, and then I jumped into the MD-11 with APL. Not bad. So that's 3 flights for the week, I think. Right? I could have probably kept it at 5 hours, huh? Yeah, I probably could have. Easily made it happen. Oh well. Got 16,000 in the bank. What I think I'm going to do with the money in the bank here is I'm waiting to get up to 20K. And then I was going to get this XP one here. But I got a little bit to go for that. I just bought some flight skips. And this schedule's not bad. I kind of like this schedule a lot. This one here is a longer flight for me. Salt Lake City to Oakland. Which I'm contemplating if I want to skip or not. And then I got another longer one. But I've been doing these 458 nautical mile flights recently a lot. Because of iFly. So this actually... So here's the thing. Every career mode I've used has always helped me in one aspect. In at least one aspect. So center line, touchdown zone, landing lights on, etc. Right? All those things. I feel like iFly might have actually helped me do longer flights. Might have convinced me to do longer flights, longer hauls, whenever I can. Right? Whenever time allows. So we'll see how that works. So we'll close out that guy, and then we'll go ahead and check out our friend over at NewSky, see how we did. Hopefully we didn't get anything below 10. We got a 10. So Irishman, what was the... This is cargo. What does the blue mean again? I don't remember. That was a lot. I'm tired. That's what she said. Oh no, 530 nautical miles. That's too long. Oh no. Oh man. Okay. Let's go and review this flight. $37,000. Not bad. Not bad at all. And then we had 337, good touchdown, good in the center line and all that kind of jazz. So fantastic, good flight, a very good flight. That seems to be a lot of apps that you run. I would be interested in your system info and settings. Exclamation point specs, right? Or is it PC? Low profit is what the blue means. Oh yeah, okay. 37,000 was low profit? That's crazy. What's the thing? PC. Oh, there it is. Yeah, exclamation point specs. Yeah, so if you want to get the specs of the system, that. Now, in terms of what I run, that frame gen being weird again. In terms of what I run, so on a typical flight, what am I running? So in terms of add-ons, I'm running, you know, so if I'm using AP, I'm using FSU IPC, Mobiflight, of course, Navigraph Sim Connect. Then the iFly plugin runs by itself. The Moza cockpit software. And then Flight Tracker Stream Deck. Those are the... And of course, now I'm using Flow and stuff like that. But, you know, those things... Those are my flight sim add-ons and an APL, right? That's kind of what I'm using. And then my 2024 settings. So, Collins. I did a video recently that shows my settings, I think, as well, right? I think it shows my settings. Collins, here's the link for that video. Few more about low, at least 100. That's if you show my flight sim settings. It's his butter smooth heat. Oh, I did. No, okay. I didn't show my settings in there, but so if you want to see the settings real quick, I'll show you my settings. So I switched over to TAA last night. I was using DLSS, but I switched over to TAA now. It's at 100% rendering. Now it does say 2 on here, but it is 3. It's being forced through the NVIDIA control panel at 3. This is still a bug. I run in window mode because for some reason, if using FreeSync, using FreeSync/G-Sync and FrameGen, it will bug out all weird. So I run in window mode, right? So you can't see it on the stream, but I do have a little bar at the top that says Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 version, blah, blah, blah. So I have my taskbar set to auto hide, so it hides away. And then in terms of I have dynamic turned off, but then in terms of settings, it's a mixture between medium and high. So medium with this, highs here, ultra for the clouds. And then, you know, the aircrafts and all that stuff turned off. Motion blur is, where the hell is that? High here, medium for the cockpit refresh rates. But yeah, so that's, again, mostly a mixture of medium and high, a couple, 1 or 2 ultras maybe, or maybe just 1 ultra. Yeah, and then I guess ray tracing on. Now, in terms of auto FPS, again, I have that set for auto manage. Have it set for auto manage everything, but I don't let it turn off the. I don't have it turn off the ray tracing shadow stuff. I don't have it turn off that because I like that stuff. That stuff I won't allow. RJ says DLSS is not good enough. It has improved for sure, though. Yeah, it has, and I was running it for quite a while. I was definitely running it for a while, but after running it yesterday, I did notice that for sure there is a, you know, it's here's the Discord link too, by the way. I did notice for sure that there is the blurriness and stuff like that, right? That does happen still. So I don't know. It's one of those things where with DLSS, it does use less of your GPU, but the difference is minimal. I feel it's a few percentages, at least for me. I have a 5080, so it definitely can, you know, mess with that a bit. But the benefits of having the TAA are for me is a little bit higher, so I'm going to keep running with TAA unless I start seeing some major performance hits. But you know, without Beyondatc, it's butter smooth. Once you add in traffic with any add-on, say intentions, FS HUDs, FSLTL, Beyondatc, whatever it be, like you're gonna get an FPS hit. I do like that. Say intentions. They recently said they're working on that new whatever Traffic Plus or whatever the hell it's called. And he was very clear about you're gonna have FPS hit. You're gonna have FPS hit. Now, I don't know. St. Intentions does do some pretty impressive stuff to eliminate as much performance hits as you can, because they do offload it to the cloud. So they do some sorcery work with that. But either way, you're going to have FPS hit, you know, regardless. And their new traffic thing is probably going to be a bigger difference than what they have now for traffic. But again, that's just me thinking. I run everything ultra, but all traffic off / motion blur off because I use Beyondatc traffic. Oh yeah, yeah. The motion blur I like to have on just for like camera effects. Some of the drone effects doesn't matter so much here, but like here I'm getting like butter, you know, get butter smooth without traffic in the sim, butter smooth. But once you throw in traffic, obviously, yeah, you're gonna have FPS hit when it comes to performance. I think we're just gonna call it here today, folks. I'm not gonna do a second flight, and then, you know, we'll see when the next stream is. I don't know. Everything's gonna kind of be up in the air and of how all that stuff works. But we always have Discord, so jump in Discord. I put the link in there, so feel free to jump in and talk with us on Discord. And I think Discord, they rolled back a little bit on their forcing the face thing, right? I thought they might have rolled back on that a little bit. Did I read? They pushed it back a little bit or something. Can't remember. Z Money, wow, with the $20 US. Much appreciated. Thank you for that, Z Money. Much appreciated. Thank you for that so much. But I think Discord said they rolled it back a little bit. They said it's not ready for prime time yet. But there is a video. I haven't watched it yet. I will watch it today. And it's pretty alarming. For those who care about privacy, which you should, especially in today's world, you should very much be concerned about privacy. But where the hell is it? Let me find it real quick, because I wanna share the link with y'all. Gamer Nexus, they have another channel. Or maybe they just have it on their main channel.
Discord wants your government ID.
This was 17 hours ago. Yeah. So for those who are concerned about like privacy and stuff, here's the link. It's in the chat now. But this is to Gamer Nexus. To a video that Gamer Nexus is doing about Discord's global ties. Ties to global surveillance with their ID verification. So I would keep a tight eye on that. I'd keep a tight eye on that. Here's the thing. Your identification when you go to doctors and all that, you know, like you give them your ID, you give them your social security card and all that stuff, right? Or maybe not social security card, but you give them your social security number. That stuff gets hacked too, right? I've been part of now 2 breaches because of medical stuff. I wasn't part of the United Healthcare one, but I was part of another one where I get my primary doctor. Their database was hacked. So my social security number and email address and all that stuff was breached as well. Like it's so terrible now that there's so many ways that your information can be obtained from, you know, all these different aspects of places, right? It's crazy to me to think about it. And when you're using stuff like Discord and Facebook and Instagram and whatever it be, right? These are places where you're supposed to go for your fun and enjoyment. And I understand from the aspect of security and safety why some of these companies roll out some of these extreme things. But at the same time, no. I'm not giving a private company that I know that does not need it my information, you know, that kind of private information, a face scan. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get that. I don't agree with it. I very much don't agree with that. Medical, I understand why you need it, so you get it. Like, there's no ways around that stuff. But Discord, you're not going to get it. Instagram, you're not going to get it, right? YouTube, you got my ID because of money, right? part of YouTube's thing is they wanted to verify who I was for the financial stuff. So YouTube's got it. But Discord's not getting it. Discord is not getting it. This is where, like, if Microsoft had bought out Discord, like there was that rumor that Microsoft was trying to buy them out a couple of years ago. If they had got it, maybe we wouldn't be worried about this right now, because I don't think Microsoft would have pushed this out. I don't think Microsoft would have pushed it.
Subscriber.
You know, but it is what it is. Poster, thanks for the subscription. Much appreciated. P2 says, wow. And yeah, Z Money, thank you so much for the for the $19.99. That was much appreciated. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. Definitely not expected, but it's always nice to have, you know, obviously people do super chats and donations and stuff to support the channel. You know, because, you know, there's a lot of financials involved with this kind of stuff, right? I do try to buy add-ons so that I showcase them here on the stream, and, you know, that all costs money. I obviously buy it for my own enjoyment, but there's some things that I bought because the community's asked to purchase. The MD-11, for example, this was partly funded from the community. J. Russ and P2 and I can't remember who was. Someone else as well was who put in money to get for me to get the MD-11. So we all, you know, put in $5 or so, and then I put in the other half of it to purchase it. So this is one that was funded by the community. All the liveries were funded by the community. You know, King Bob started off with a big donation. I think it was $70, and that sparked a lot of the movement. Captain put in big money. RJ, I think, put in money. P2 and Irishman, you know, for us to get our Flylex liveries as well. So exclamation point files, and you get access to those liveries. That FedEx looks like Flight 80. Flight 80. What's Flight 80? Oh, is that the one? No, it's not from that one. But we're going to end it here. Thank you all for the time here on Sunday. Much appreciated. Again, I'm not sure when the next stream will be or video. I don't have anything in the pipeline. It's just I've been in that creative funk for the past about month or so. Just a major creative funk and lack of interest in doing it. But I never want to force myself to do a stream. I always said that, so I will not. But when there's content for me to make, I definitely will make some content. But again, thank you for the $20. Z Money. Thank you all for the time today. We'll see you all for the next stream. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you in Discord. Take care.